Listen up, folks. I've been standing here, reflecting on all those messages bombarding us every single day. Find your soulmate. Don't be alone. You need someone. Let me tell you something. That's just noise. Pure noise drowning out God's truth. I've walked both paths in this life. I've been in relationships, and I've stood alone. And let me be clear, living alone isn't just good. It's a divine gift. It's not emptiness, it's freedom, the kind God designed for your soul to soar. Take a look at your life right now. Every morning you rise, that moment belongs to you, a sacred gift from the Lord. Every choice you make, it's yours, guided by His hand. That remote control, ain't nobody wrestling you for it. That last slice of pizza, it's yours, a small blessing to savor. But I'm not just talking about these little things, though they matter in God's plan. I'm talking about something deeper, something eternal. When you live alone, God calls you to face yourself. No masks, no distractions. There's no hiding in someone else's shadow, no leaning on another as a crutch. It's just you, standing firm in His light, ready to meet the world with courage. You know what happens in relationships sometimes? Folks start losing themselves, drifting from who God made them to be. What movie do you want to watch becomes what'll make them happy. Where should I eat turns into where do they want to go? Little by little, you chip away at the masterpiece God created. But living alone, that's when you hear His voice loud and clear. That's when you discover what sets your soul on fire. You learn to fix what's broken, you tackle life's challenges, and you realize being alone doesn't mean loneliness. It means being whole in God's love. Some people say, but Denzel, what about coming home to someone? I say, what's greater than coming home to peace, the peace that surpasses understanding, as the Bible promises? You walk into a space that reflects your spirit, a sanctuary God crafted just for you, a place where you can be yourself, no apologies, no explanations, just you and the Lord. Relationships, they can turn into a constant tug of war. Can I do this? Will it upset them? Is this going to spark a fight? That's exhausting, draining the spirit God gave you. But living alone, the only one you answer to is yourself and God. That's the most sacred conversation you'll ever have. Think about the freedom of living on God's terms, your growth in His grace. In a relationship, it's like running a race tied to someone else. You're ready to sprint, but you're held back by their pace. Living alone, you move at the speed God sets for you. Want to study His Word at 3 a.m.? Open that Bible. Want to rearrange your whole place at midnight? Go for it. Want to have pancakes for dinner? Ain't nobody judging but the Lord, and He's smiling down. Folks ask, what about support? Let me break it down. The strongest support comes from the foundation you build with God. Friends who choose you because they see His light in you, not because they're obligated. And above all, it's the strength God plants in your heart, knowing you can face anything with Him by your side. I see people rushing into relationships, scared of being alone, scared of what folks might think, scared of a quiet Friday night. But let me tell you, those nights alone, they're holy moments, chances to hear God's whisper. That's when you learn to love your own company, when you uncover the passions He placed in you, when you lay the groundwork for who He's calling you to be. You know what's beautiful about living alone? The silence. Not a hollow silence, but a holy one, where you hear God's voice in your thoughts, where your heart speaks His truth. No drama from someone else's storm. No need to fill the quiet with empty chatter. Just you and the Lord in perfect peace. Money? When you live alone, every dollar is yours to steward as God directs. No arguments over foolish spending, no compromising on the goals He's set for you, no splitting bills with someone who doesn't share your vision. Your money, your rules, your future, all under His guidance. And let's talk about that loneliness myth. Being in a relationship doesn't mean you won't feel alone. Feeling lonely next to someone, that's a pain that cuts deep. But living alone, you face loneliness head-on with God's strength. You find real healing, not quick fixes, because the Lord is your comforter. Your career, it takes flight when you live alone, because your focus is razor sharp, fixed on God's purpose for you. Your time is yours to pour into yourself. Want to work late? No one's waiting with a cold dinner. Want to chase a job across the globe? No one's dreams are holding you back. Your growth in God's plan, limitless. Health and fitness, that's you and the body God gave you. Your meals, your workouts, your rhythm. No one sneaking in junk food, no one messing with your sleep, no one's bad habits pulling you off track. You're in charge of the temple He entrusted to you. Your personal space, that's sacred ground. When you live alone, your home is your sanctuary, a reflection of the soul God shaped. Every corner tells your story, not someone else's. The energy in your space is pure, blessed, yours. Time management, it's an art you perfect with God's wisdom. No syncing schedules, no waiting on someone else, no sitting through shows you don't care about just to keep the peace. Your time is a gift from Him, and you learn to use it well. Here's something we don't talk about enough. The relationship you build with yourself, rooted in God's love, it's unshakable. You learn to trust the instincts He gave you. You know your worth in His eyes. And when you stand on that truth, you stop settling for less than His best. Some folks will try to make you feel broken for choosing to live alone. They'll give you pitying looks, try to fix you up, say, you just haven't met the right one. But here's the truth. You've already found the right one. It's you, redeemed by God's grace. Living alone teaches you to rely on Him. Something breaks, you fix it with His strength. Problems come, you solve them with His wisdom. Decisions need making, you make them with His guidance. That's a confidence no relationship can give you. The freedom to chase what God put in your heart, that's priceless. Want to fill your home with books? Do it. Want to turn your living room into a prayer space? Go ahead. Want to worship with music at midnight? Crank it up for the Lord. Your space, His rules. Holidays and special days, the world says you need someone, but when you live alone, you create traditions blessed by God. You celebrate life on His terms. No compromising on Christmas plans, no debates over whose family gets Thanksgiving. Your emotional growth, it soars when you live alone, because you learn to process your feelings with God as your guide. You grow in His wisdom, you understand yourself through His lens. You become your own best friend, held in His love. Personal boundaries, living alone teaches you to set them with God's strength. You know what you'll accept and what you won't, all according to His standards. You stop excusing others' wrongs. Your worth in His eyes lifts your expectation. The peace of mind from living alone, it's a blessing straight from heaven. No wondering if someone's true, no doubting their late nights, no questioning their heart. Just trust in yourself and the Lord's plan. Your home mirrors your spirit. Clean space, clear mind. You create a haven that nurtures your soul, free of anyone else's mess, physical or emotional. The skills you gain living alone make you stronger in God's service. Cooking, cleaning, managing money, handling crises. You become capable in ways you never dreamed, not just surviving, but mastering life with His help. Some say, what about intimacy? Let me tell you, the deepest intimacy is with yourself and God. Knowing your heart, understanding your purpose, resting in His presence, that's the real connection. Living alone gives you clarity. You see relationships for what they are, not what the world says they should be. You learn that anyone you let in should add to your joy in God, not steal your peace. The beauty of living alone, it's not forever unless you want it to be. It's not about rejecting love, it's about choosing yourself first. Building a foundation so strong in God's truth that if you share your life, it's because you choose to, not because you're incomplete without someone. Your social life, it blooms when you live alone because you choose who enters your circle. Your friendships grow deeper, your family ties strengthen, all rooted in God's love, not loneliness. Living alone, you celebrate yourself. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory God smiles on. You don't need anyone else's applause to know you're walking His path. The growth you find in solitude, it's unmatched. Every day is a chance to learn more about the person God made, to push your limits, to lean into His calling. You become your own encourager, your own teacher, your own prayer warrior. This isn't selfish. It's holy. It's not about closing doors. It's about building yourself so strong in God's love that nothing can shake you. It's about crafting a life so full that relationships are a choice, not a need. Remember this, you answer to God and yourself. When you live alone, the face in the mirror is someone strong, someone capable, someone whole in His grace. So stand tall in this choice. Wear it like a crown, because it's honorable to choose yourself in Him. It's courageous to walk His path alone. It's powerful to be complete in His love. Don't let anyone tell you you're missing out. You're not missing a thing. You're gaining everything. Strength, wisdom, independence, and above all, a deep connection with the Lord and who He made you to be. This is your life, your sanctuary, your journey. And living alone isn't just a choice, it's a divine opportunity to become the fullest version of yourself in God's eyes. Take it from me, Denzel, a man who's walked this road. The peace you find in solitude, the strength you grow in independence, the joy you uncover in relying on God, these are treasures He gives when you choose this path. Stand firm in His truth, walk proud in His light. Living alone isn't just about being by yourself, it's about being yourself, fully and unapologetically in His glory. That morning routine, it's different when you live alone. That first ray of sunlight, it's God's wake-up call, just for you. No one rushing your coffee with Him, no one dictating your breakfast prayers, just you, starting your day in His presence. Ever notice how creativity flows when you're alone with God? Artists, writers, preachers, many did their greatest work in solitude, touched by His hand. Your mind opens when it's free of others' voices, filled only with His inspiration. Your spending, it's wise, guided by God's provision. No buying things to please someone else. No cutting corners because they want to save a buck. Every dollar you steward goes where He leads. Traveling solo? It's a journey with God. You meet His people, try new things, follow His path, no worrying about someone else's plans. Your adventure is whatever He puts in your heart that day. That promotion at work? Chase it with all God's given you. Move to London? Why not? Start a ministry at midnight? Do it. Your calling doesn't need anyone's approval but His. Those 3 a.m. thoughts? They're moments God speaks to your soul, not doubts about someone else. Can't sleep? Worship in your living room. Want to reorganize your space? He's there, guiding your hands. Your fitness? It grows naturally, honoring the body God gave you. Your workouts fit your rhythm. No waiting for a partner, no changing plans for someone else. Just you, growing stronger in His strength. Meditation in silence? That's your morning with God. No noise from someone else's TV, no rushed talks over breakfast, just pure, holy peace in His presence. Technology? It's a tool for God's work, not a battleground. No fights over screen time, no explaining your posts. Your digital life is yours to shape in His image. Here's the power. Your home radiates God's peace. Walking in feels like stepping into His embrace. Every corner reflects your journey with Him, not a watered-down version. Your rituals? They're sacred to God. Maybe you pray every Sunday at dawn. Maybe you read Psalms at dusk. These moments are yours, untouched by anyone's doubt. Your sleep? It's blessed rest. No snoring, no blanket wars, no compromising on comfort, just peace, the way God intended. Your food, it's your offering to Him. Want to try fasting? Do it. Craving breakfast at night? Go for it. Your kitchen is a place of creation, free of judgment. You save so much when you don't buy gifts just to please others. No pretending to love things you'll never use. Your resources go where God directs, where they matter. Weekends? They're adventures with Him. Want to study His Word all Saturday? Dive in. Feel a Sunday road trip calling? Hit the road. No debates needed. Your friends? They're chosen by God's love. You connect with those who lift your spirit, not just someone's family or their crew. Every moment with them is a choice, not a duty. Your growth in God's work, it accelerates. Evening Bible studies? Sign up. Weekend retreats? You're there. Your time in Him faces no resistance. Your home? It transforms when God leads. Want to paint at midnight? No one's grumbling. Rearrange at dawn? Only you and Him are awake. Your money? It's planned with God's vision. Your future is clear, your investment's bold in His promise. No balancing someone else's fears. The bathroom? Exactly as you left it, a small gift of order. Your things stay put, your way adding up to daily peace. Your living room? It's for you and God. Prayer space in the dining room? Why not? Worship corner in the kitchen? If it glorifies Him, it works. Your digital world? It's yours. Curated for God's purpose. No one messes with your playlists, no shared accounts unless you choose. It's your space, holy and whole. Those daily wins, they're yours in Him. Fix a leak, that's you and God. Build a shelf, your victory. Each step builds faith. Nothing can shake. The best part, the knowledge of yourself revealed through God. You learn what He loves in you, where He's growing you, no one clouding His truth. Choosing to live alone isn't choosing loneliness. It's choosing God's clarity. It's picking His growth over comfort, His freedom over compromise. So lift your head when folks question you. You're not just getting by, you're thriving in His light. You're not just here, you're becoming every day the person He dreamed. Your path is yours, your choices are blessed. Your life is glorious in His independence. Own it, praise it, and above all, live it. Because this life you've built is true, it's mighty, it's yours in Him. And that makes it perfect. A blossom of solitude. Those books you've longed to read, they're your nightly prayers with God. Your home becomes a library of His wisdom, each page a step closer to Him. Your spirit, it grows deeper in solitude. Living alone gives you room to pray, to meditate, to sit with God's truth. Moments pure and untouched. Your walls, they tell your story in God's handwriting. Not a compromise, but His vision for you. That bold painting others don't get, it speaks to your soul, and that's enough. Your style, it's free in Him. Your clothes reflect the person God made, no keeping things because someone else approves. Your look is your worship. Your impact on His earth, you control it. Living alone, your habits, recycling, saving energy, conserving water, line up with God's call to care for His creation. Your calls, they happen in God's timing. Late night talks with friends abroad, no complaints. Early prayers with brothers and sisters, your schedule bends to Him. Your kindness, it's pure from God's heart. You give not for show, but because He moves you. Your love flows free with no one pushing you. Your safety, it's in God's hands. You grow sharp, aware, capable. Each challenge you face alone builds a faith that shines. You conquer with Him. Your skills, they multiply in His service. Flat tire, He guides your hands. Leaky pipe, His wisdom shows the way. Each lesson makes you stronger in Him. The seasons, they feel holy when you live alone. Spring cleaning, it's your renewal. Summer nights, They stretch as long as God allows. Fall colors? Only what you love. Winter's quiet? A cozy embrace with Him. Your entertainment? It grows in Him. Maybe you find sermons that stir you or songs that lift your soul. Your tastes bloom, guided by His hand. Your milestones? They're testimonies to God. Your first home? His gift. That dream job? His plan. Every step is yours, walked with Him, transforming your life, faith and triumph. Let's bring this home, family. Choosing to live alone isn't just about space. It's about claiming the destiny God wrote for you. It's about telling your story in His words. No edits, no co-writers. Just your true, God-given voice. Every morning you wake, you're shouting to the world, I am enough in Him. You're claiming freedom, not just from relationships, but from the world's lies, from society's pressure, from the noise saying you need someone else to be whole. And here's the truth, straight from God's heart. Choosing to live alone is the ultimate act of faith in yourself and Him. It's looking in the mirror and saying, I choose me because God chose me. I trust Him. I am whole. This path isn't a pause. It's a bold, holy choice to live as He calls you. It's you stepping into His power, embracing His strength, celebrating His freedom. Hold this moment close. Remember why you chose this road. Remember the peace, the growth, the joy of walking with God alone. Years from now, you'll see this as one of the greatest choices you ever made. You're not just living in solitude, you're thriving in His glory. You're not just alone, you're alive, fully in His truth. That truth, it's your strength, it's your inheritance, it's your calling. Stand tall in God's choice for you. Walk proud in His path. You're not just choosing solitude, you're choosing to live mightily. And that, my family, changes everything. This is your time. This is your life. This is your faith. Claim it, praise it, live it, fully, boldly, unapologetically, because the one you spend your days with is you, and God made you to be proud, strong, and whole. A call to you, God's chosen. Now, I'm calling on you, each of you, because God made you special, fearfully and wonderfully, as Psalm 139 says. Share your story in the comments below. How has solitude brought you closer to Him? How has His peace healed you, grown you, set you free? Your words can lift someone else, shine His light, spark their faith. Let's build each other up as He commands and show the world that living alone is living in His abundance. You're not just anyone, you're His masterpiece, and your voice matters. Speak and let God move through you. Let me leave you with this, and I need you to hear it, not just with your ears, but with your spirit. Solitude isn't the absence of love. It's the presence of God's purpose. It's not a delay in your story. It is your story unfolding, divinely, precisely, intentionally. You're not in a holding pattern. You're in a refining fire. You're not forgotten. You're being forged. Alone? No. You are surrounded by angels, watched over by the Creator of the universe, held in the hand of the one who wrote your name before the foundations of the earth were laid. This chapter of your life, it's sacred. This space, this quiet, this stillness. It's holy ground. Don't rush past it. Don't waste a single minute wishing it looked like someone else's path. Embrace it. Let it mold you, teach you, stretch you. Because what God is doing in this season of solitude is preparing you, not for mere survival, but for overflow, for legacy, for calling, for purpose on fire. Some people will never understand the strength it takes to stand alone in faith. But God does. And He's not calling you to be understood. He's calling you to be obedient. He's not asking you to meet the world's expectations. He's asking you to rise to His. And hear me now. You are doing it. Every time you wake up and praise Him, even when your bed is cold and your house is quiet, you're doing it. Every time you pray instead of panic, every time you plan your future with Him instead of waiting on someone else to complete it, You're doing it. Every time you walk with your head high, knowing you are whole in His love, even when the world tells you you're missing something, you're doing it. And that makes you dangerous to the enemy. Because when you know who you are in God, when you stand rooted in His truth, when you are not swayed by loneliness, shame, or pressure, then the enemy has no foothold. You become unshakable, unstoppable. And that's who you are right now, not tomorrow, not when you find someone, not when your Instagram says in a relationship. Right now, in this silence, in this sanctuary, in this sacred solitude, you are powerful. You are not behind. You are exactly where God wants you to be. Let that sink in, because the world will try to convince you otherwise. It will sell you distractions dressed as love. It will make you doubt your decision to walk this journey alone. But you are chosen for something greater. And that greatness is built in these moments. When you worship with no audience, when you dream with no partner cheering, when you cry, pray, and rise alone, God is doing His deepest work. That's where the real character is formed. That's where the anointing gets poured. That's where your oil comes from. Pressed in the silence, flowing in the solitude. Don't envy those who skipped the solitude and settled for comfort. Envy the ones who stood alone, waited on God, and rose in purpose. Be that one. And when the time comes, if it's God's will that someone enters your life, they will find you whole, not waiting to be completed, but already full of fire, already rich in wisdom, already aligned with heaven. Because solitude has made you more than ready. It's made you royalty. Not the kind that needs a crown, but the kind that carries God's authority. Not the kind that demands attention, but the kind that commands peace when they walk into a room. You've been through the fire. You've walked through the wilderness. You've prayed when no one saw, believed when no one clapped, stood firm when the winds howled. And now you shine with the light of someone who knows who they are in God. That's rare. That's radiant. That's real. So don't diminish it. Don't apologize for it. Don't explain it to those who won't understand. This isn't for everyone. It's for the called, the chosen, the ones who said yes to the narrow path and no to the noise. And if that's you, walk boldly. You're not behind. You're ahead. Because the people who live in alignment with God are always one step closer to glory. So build that dream, write that book, launch that business, start that ministry, travel that road, sit in that quiet and soak in His peace. This life, your life, is a testimony in the making. And when someone asks you down the road how you became so grounded, so powerful, so joyful, you'll smile and say, I spent time alone with God. That's where it all begins. That's where everything changes. That's where you discover the deepest truth. God is enough, and in Him, you are too.